Dude, what a game. I mean, how are you doing right now on this?
Give me 1 second, okay? Just 1 second here. Hold on. Oh my God, we did it! We did it! Good afternoon, sports fans, and welcome to this divisional recap of the Trajan Temple Sportcast. I am your host, professional wrestler and Kansas City Chiefs fanatic, Christian Temple, joined alongside, as always, by my good friend, the terrible towel twirling Trajan. And how are you, my friend? And most importantly, how's the new computer? How are you liking your new setup so far?
It's a lot better. You can actually see me for better or for worse there.
I can see you more clearly and I can hear you more clearly, which actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I might just regret here in the next couple weeks, especially if things don't go our way here in the next little bit here, too.
Well, things
But
already are not going your way
that,
because with that
oh,
with the Packers loss, Aaron Rodgers is coming to the Steelers. You heard it. You heard it here.
already on that. We're not waiting until we recap the Packers 49ers game. We're already just on that train right
I
now,
can't
aren't we?
keep it inside. I can't keep it inside, man.
Well, just humor me this. Just keep it inside. Just a couple more minutes here because boy, do I have some things I gotta get off my chest here. Because holy smokes, what a freaking weekend! First of all four games, all four divisional
Oh my
games,
gosh.
just absolutely off the charts with the storylines, the twists, the turns, the endings, the incredible finishes to these. Just what a weekend for football, honestly. Playoff football, regular season football. This is probably one of the best weekends of football that we have witnessed as football fans that I can remember, at least in my time on this planet.
No, I mean, the NFL couldn't ask for a better game. I mean, everyone was close. Everyone was competitive. They were all different in some ways, but they're competitive games. I mean, you got
Absolutely.
snow games, you got cold, just freezing cold games, and then you got crazy games.
You had returns, you had players come into their own, you had your heroes come out and be heroes. You had players that disappointed and underachieved. That's the beauty of playoff football. You only get one shot. You got one
Yep.
shot to give your best game, and if your best isn't good enough, then that's the end of your year and all that. But as you might have noticed by my excited reaction at the beginning of this episode, we will go on now to probably the greatest divisional playoff game in the history of the NFL. So let's hear it, Chiefs Kingdom. How about those Chiefs? Words cannot describe the emotions that I felt just sitting at home watching this game. Holy smokes. Final score 42-36 in overtime over the red hot Buffalo Bills. And goodness gracious, you knew it was going to be a shootout. I mean, the Bills, they boast a, top five defense too, but that wasn't the storyline going in. The storyline, you had Josh Allen versus Patrick Mahomes, the two hottest young quarterbacks in the National Football League, going head to head, a rematch of the AFC Championship from last year,
Mm-hmm.
and another rematch from week 5 just earlier this season, where the
Yep.
Buffalo Bills got a little measure of revenge from the AFC Championship game, taking down Kansas City by a final score of 38-20 at Arrowhead. So, before I get into to my recap, Trajan, I definitely am curious to hear your thoughts on what you thought of this game. Obviously, you were probably just as surprised as I was by some of the events that occurred in this competition.
What I want to know is what is it going to take you guys out? I mean, I may have jinxed the Bills by saying I'm rooting for them last week, but come on, man. 13 freaking seconds. I was already hyped. I was throwing my kid in the air saying, "Yay, we won!" And then Patrick Mahomes did Patrick Mahomes things.
Patrick Mahomes definitely did Patrick Mahomes things, and Josh Allen did a lot of Josh Allen things too. That's what made this game a marquee matchup to begin with. So starting with the first quarter, the Bills get the ball first, just steady on down the field. Nothing hardly stopping them. The Chiefs do force a fourth and 2 situation, but Josh Allen, playing to his strengths, takes it himself, gets the first down, drives down the field, and eventually hands off to Devin Singletary, who has been, kind of on and off this past season. But one thing is for certain about the Chiefs' run defense, it's definitely hit or miss, and it was a big time miss on that goal line stand as Singletary gets into the end zone and gets the first points of the game. But as expected, the Kansas City Chiefs first drive, they're usually pretty successful on that too. The Steelers did a great job last week of holding them off the scoreboard as long as they did. But Patrick Mahomes, a nice long drive, ties it up 7-7. We go into the second quarter. Good stop by the Chiefs defense, forcing the Bills to punt, and then next thing you know, the Chiefs are pinned down at the 1 yard line, and there was I can't remember if it was first down or second down, the run play from Jerick McKinnon where he stopped a yard deep behind the goal line, waited for the blocks to develop. I'm like, no, go forward, please. That was the first of many moments where I started sweating and really.
I was screaming, "Stop!"
Really, I was screaming. I was screaming, "Stop stopping!
Stop stopping!
Stop stopping!" They get out a third down pass to Travis Kelce, gives Tommy Townsend a little more room, punts it away, and then yet again another 3 and out forced by the Chiefs defense. They get the ball back and they drive down the field with Mecole Hardman getting a touchdown of his own. Excuse me, no, this was actually I believe this one was Byron Pringle actually. They got the touchdown that went up 14-7, and then the Bills get the ball back and they drive down the field, and the first of four touchdowns by Gabriel Davis. I mean, you want to talk about a career-defining day. 4 touchdown catches, 201 receiving yards, a new National Football League playoff record.
And still
didn't win. But here's the deal about that. All of the hype. You got your quarterback hype. You got Josh Allen versus Patrick Mahomes. You've got Stephon Diggs versus Tyreek Hill. You got Dawson Knox versus Travis Kelce. Gabriel Davis kind of falls in between the cracks around all that too. I mean, good receiver. We've seen that all year. But this was definitely his coming out game. 100%.
Pay the man.
I agree. He found ways to get separation too. Yeah. Although, little side note, Tyrann Mathieu was knocked out pretty early in the game. That's a leader on our team too. I mean, he's got burned in his time too, but when you even you have to admit, when you lose Tyrann Mathieu and Mike Hughes is the one that replaces him, you're kind of a huge loss. You're kind of setting yourself up for failure there too, which we will get to later on in the game. So, halftime. Getting close to halftime, 14-14 score. The Chiefs are going to get the ball back in the third quarter, but they have time to drive down the field, get more points. They do get in field goal range, but then it happened. The first miss by Harrison Butker, just barely wide right, and we're going in tied at 14, which, you know what? Hey, you expect it to be close. You expect it to be close, Would have been nice to have the lead going into, but you know what? Hey, shake it off. You get the ball back. You're going down the field, get more points. So Kansas City does get the ball back, and they do drive down the field, and Butker does nail the field goal, 17-14. Another impressive 3 and out by the Kansas City defense. I was expecting the Bills to run down the field and get a touchdown, honestly. I thought this is the moment, like, oh man, we just opened the door for them. Now's the time where they just drive down and do it. But no, defense forces a 3 and out. Although it was 4th and 1, and I was mildly shocked. It was on Kansas City's 35, but 4th and 1, you would think with how daring Sean McDermott is and how successful Josh Allen is on those situations, they would give it a shot, right?
No, I was surprised that they weren't going for it either. I mean, 4th and 1. I know it's on their side of the field, but I thought they were going to go for it. But then again, this isn't Madden football. It's playoffs.
Absolutely. Every decision you make is magnified in the playoffs too. So that being said, 3 and out. Good stop by the defense there. Chiefs get the ball back and drive down the field, and this was the Mecole Hardman touchdown. 25 yards, jet sweep to left, splits the defenders, and dives right in, touches the pylon, up by 9, and once again, Harrison Butker gets on the field, and he misses the extra point. I'm like, oh, God, I really hope that these 4 points don't come back to haunt us. And, oh, boy, was something else about to haunt me here before too long. Because 2 plays later, Gabriel Davis gets touchdown number 2, burns Juan Thornhill, who I've always liked the guy. Thornhill, he's been battling injury, come back from a torn ACL, comes back, he doesn't look as sharp, but he's still a solid player. I'd love to have him for many years to come, but this was just straight domination by Gabriel Davis. He just runs down the field, a little hot route, and that's gone. Just no chance for Thornhill to catch up. Touchdown, Buffalo. They are down by 2. So now the pressure...
I was like this.
I can only imagine. So now the pressure's on. The pressure's on. So get the ball back. Don't do anything with it. Oh no, what have we done? We're giving them all the momentum now. Give the ball back to Buffalo. We force another 3 and out. A big time sack by Jaron Reed there sets up 4th and 20, and then the moment. And I am so sad that we didn't do more with this, because Tyreek Hill, going back to Tyreek Hill of 2016 and 2017, where he was our main punt returner / kick returner, and he could make a play in a heartbeat. Catches it at his own 35-yard line, darts between multiple defenders. Actually, there was a funny clip of he went between 3 defenders, and they all ran into each other.
Yeah.
It was like a bowling sound effect. He picked up the spare. Picked up the 7-10 split between those guys. Runs down the field, the punter with the touchdown saving tackle. That was my hat's off to him. That was kind of like the Big Ben shoestring tackle against the Colts many years ago.
Yep.
But they hold him there, and credit to the Bills defense. They stopped them from scoring a touchdown. They got to settle for a field goal, 26-21 Kansas City. And man, did I really wish we had more points than that, because these last few minutes were probably the craziest in playoff history.
Oh my gosh.
Probably the craziest ever in playoff history. So you've got 7.5 minutes to go. You got Josh Allen driving down the field. Finally, we stop him. It's 4th down and 14. They call timeout, get everything settled down too, and even a fan runs onto the field at this point too. Got tackled out of his shoes by Stephon Diggs. That's probably the best tackle the Bills defense saw all night. Holy smokes. I do not condone running on the field. Don't be stupid, people. Come on, be smarter than that. 4th and 14. We nearly had him. Frank Clark missed him. Jaron Reed missed him. He gets around the corner and gets the first down. So here we go. And first down, back in the end zone. Gabriel Davis, touchdown number 3.
Yep.
Mike Hughes getting bit by the turf monster, falls right on his behind, wide open, back of the end zone, and the Buffalo Bills have a 1-point lead. They go for 2, and they get it. Scrambling around, my God, that 2-point, that was like, I had a birthday during that 2-point conversion.
Yeah.
It took forever for that play to develop, and he finds Stephon Diggs in the back of the end zone, 2 feet down, 3-point game. Oh boy, holy smokes. We got under 2 minutes left to go. We got to drive all the way down the field. Luckily, we're only down by 3. All we got to do is, we'll get a field goal tied up and, maybe go to overtime or something like that. Yep. Hello, my name is Tyreek Hill. Let me reintroduce myself. 65-yard touchdown pass. My God, he outran everybody. And he was held. before he caught that pass and still outraced everybody and got the touchdown. 1:03 left to go. That is the game-winning touchdown. Chiefs win by a final score of 33-29. Hold on. Wait a minute. It's Josh Allen.
Yep.
Oh my God! 2 timeouts, drives down. They didn't even have to use any timeouts. He didn't even have to use any timeouts.
Yeah.
Long 30-yard pass to Gabriel Davis, gets into midfield, and then they're driving down. And here we go again. We got him at 4th down. And actually, I was incorrect. This is the moment where the fan ran onto the field too, and actually gave them an extra timeout. I had that backwards. I knew it was on a 4th down play, but 4th down. You got Gabriel Davis up the middle. Burns the Chiefs coverage again, and with 13 seconds left, the Buffalo Bills eliminate the Kansas City Chiefs. And that's it. That's our season right there. Hold on a second. My name is Patrick Mahomes, and I do fun stuff. 13 seconds, 3 timeouts. Boy, oh boy, what a story this is. I could not believe what happened. So let's break this down, shall we? First of all, big mistake by the Buffalo special teams. Why didn't they squib it?
I don't know.
Why didn't they squib the ball? Because here's the deal. Let's break it down. Let's break it down. So you kick it out of bounds. They're at the 25-yard line. Okay. You squib it, you get it far enough down, and the Chiefs have a choice to make. So let's say he picks it up around the 10-yard line or 15-yard line. He's got 2 options. He could try to return it, which is going to burn off more seconds the longer he takes to get down, or he can take a knee. He can just field it and take a knee and no time comes off, but that's an extra 10, 15 yards that they've got to traverse. But no, you've got 1st down at the 25-yard line. 13 seconds, all 3 timeouts. They call timeout. Bills call timeout to, diagnose the coverage and all that too. They rush 4, and all 7 defenders are at least 15 yards back off the line of scrimmage. And what's the first thing they do? As soon as the ball is snapped and the receivers aren't even close, they start dropping back.
Yeah.
So you're giving them more room, and it's just a dump pass to Tyreek Hill with a couple blockers in front of him. He goes and picks up 19 yards. All right. 8 seconds left.
Yep.
Timeout, Kansas City. 8 seconds left. Bills take another timeout. Diagnose the coverage again, too. They run the exact same prevent defense coverage. And I saw this yesterday, actually earlier today, where Travis Kelce got Mahomes' attention to say, hey, if they show that same scheme again, that middle seam is going to be wide open. Mm-hmm. And Mahomes said, okay. And during Mahomes' cadence, before he hiked the ball, you could hear him clearly yell, "Do it, Kelce. Do it, Kelce." And then Kelce said, "Uh-huh." Because he knew. He knew at that moment that the Bills have screwed up big time.
Yep.
Quick outside, frees the defender, comes back in. And this is the beauty of the chemistry between Tyreek Hill and Mahomes. Their chemistry is unbelievable too. Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes' chemistry is so good. Before Kelce turned back in, the ball already left Mahomes' hand. Mm-hmm. That is just crazy to me. Like, how well they know each other is just amazing. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful.
You should have dropped.
Well, if it was a 1-8 instead of an 8-7, maybe that would have happened. But but Kelce coming in clutch, makes the catch, takes it upfield inside the 35-yard line, down at the 32. It's a 49-yard field goal attempt to tie the game. Don't you dare give me hope!
Yeah.
Oh man. And here we go. Harrison Butker. Missed field goal, missed extra point.
Yep.
Sets up. Winchester with the snap. Townsend with the hold. Butker's kick is up. Starts to drift a little to the left. Goes through the uprights. We are going to overtime. And that alone, even no matter what happened in overtime, that alone is a highlight moment that's going to live on for years to come. You know,
Yeah.
it would not be talked about. It probably won't be talked about as much if the Bills would have won in overtime. But just the fact that 13 seconds, how many games have you seen in your lifetime where 13 seconds is left on the clock or even under 30 seconds is left on the clock and a team drives down like that? I can only think of one situation, and that was the Texans and Saints early, like in 2019 or something like that, where the Saints should have won that game, but they went into a horrifying prevent defense, and the Texans, Deshaun Watson drove down the field and saved the game for Houston.
Yeah.
That's
the only thing I can come close to is Steelers Cincy in the playoffs. They crumbled.
Yes.
That was to win the game.
That's right, and that's a playoff example too. So just crazy how that. But even that, that's you had like 30 yards that were penalty yards because of Burfict and Pac-Man Jones doing boneheaded things that Bengals players do. But how the times have changed in Cincinnati.
Yeah.
But even still, just 13 seconds, even with all 3 timeouts too, unbelievable. They were down, but they weren't out. And that was a beautiful thing to witness. But now we move on to the fabled coin toss. And leave your comments down below. What do you think about the overtime rules? But the coin toss went in the favor of Kansas City. And you just knew whoever won that coin toss, as gassed, as tired as either defense was. I don't care whose defense.
Yep.
You just knew that coin toss was going to give that offense all the momentum they needed to just drive down the field and do what needed to be done. So, get the ball, clutch 3rd-and-1 pickup to Travis Kelce, drives him down the field. A nice dump pass to Jerick McKinnon, who takes it down another 20 yards. I don't know what happened on the coverage of this one with 2nd and 6 to Mecole Hardman. I don't know his name, number 49 for the Buffalo Bills, the linebacker. He followed McKinnon even though he saw Mecole Hardman go right in front of him.
Yep.
I don't know if he thought he had help over the top. Maybe he did, but Mecole Hardman had acres of space, and he took it down to the 8-yard line, setting up 1st and goal for the game-winning touchdown to none other than...
Don't show that. Don't show that.
My boy, Travis Kelce, back in the end zone, 2 feet in, control of the ball, touchdown,
Debatable.
Kansas City. We are going to our 4th straight AFC Championship game at home at Arrowhead Stadium, taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. So, oh my God, just the highs and lows of this game emotionally were just unbelievable. I mean, just give me your thoughts as a football fan, and obviously as someone that wanted to see the Chiefs fall. I want to hear both those thoughts. I need to hear this from you.
Football fan, amazing game. Had kind of the similar feeling of the not 49ers, the Rams Chiefs game that were at Side Pockets watching there.
Yeah.
A few years back, whoever ended with the ball was going to win it. Other note is, fully convinced that Andy Reid took the Bill Belichick route and sold his soul. That's the only thing I can come up with.
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny you bring up Andy Reid because I completely forgotten that he has done this exact thing before with the Philadelphia Eagles. 2001 to 2004, 4 straight consecutive years at the conference championship. I know, right? That's
when he sold his soul.
Just no Super Bowl wins back then, so he had to have known, right? So, yes, as we mentioned, the Cincinnati Bengals are coming to Arrowhead, and as you might have saw, the 49ers and Rams, Battle of the California teams. How's that a division rivalry for a conference championship? That's
just crazy.
That's just absolutely unbelievable. But before we get into those, we shall now recap the rest of the divisional weekend, starting with the Tennessee Titans falling to the Cincinnati Bengals at home by a final score of 19-16 in a game that saw Joe Burrow gets sacked 9 times,
Yep.
but Ryan Tannehill, his first pass and last pass in this game, both ending in interceptions.
Tannehill lost the game for him. I mean,
Absolutely.
it's just simple. I got to see why. Um, how much we up by not signing Mike Hilton back onto the Steelers. Huge loss for us in the free agency. He balled out for the Bengals. My hat's off to him. Go get that money there. But yeah, no, that Tennessee Titans defense did everything to win it. I mean, sacked him 9 times. Frustrated them the whole game. It's just Tennessee turned over the ball, and that's a huge story there.
Absolutely. Like I said, the big time story, the return of Derrick Henry. He
Yep.
had to he tried to make his presence felt. He did get a rushing touchdown, but he was stuffed at the 1 yard line on the 2 point conversion, and
I can't believe that.
he
Yep.
was not a huge factor really in this game at all. So it was really the Joe Burrow show throughout the game here too.
Yep.
Although it was really a battle of both defenses and seeing who would blink first. And as you mentioned, yeah, Tannehill was not clutch in this game at all, and that just opened the door long enough for McPherson to drill several field goals, including the walk-off game winner, sending the Tennessee Titans home and sending Cincinnati to their first conference championship since 1988.
Yeah, and that's their first road win in the playoffs.
Yes, yes,
That's just insane.
that is insane. But now we kind of prefer. Well, you more or less preface this beforehand too because you couldn't hold your excitement. So I will let you take the reins on this next game here, seeing as there's a certain quarterback that you're excited to potentially make the jump to the Three Rivers.
So I've been saying this all year. What we need to happen to get Aaron Rodgers is a devastating playoff loss. I'm sorry I wished it upon you, Aaron Rodgers, but I need a quarterback. Anyways, they get this devastating loss. I mean, they were up into 3, cold game. It's snowing. I mean, it's just one of those brutal games where it's going to be a low scoring game. I mean, no matter how high powered the offense is. And 49ers get a block punt right at their end zone. And they score a touchdown right off of it. Then they get the field goal right at 4 seconds, wasn't it? To win the game. So it's just crazy. Packers leaving, especially to the 49ers. Aaron Rodgers has never beat the 49ers in the playoffs. So it's quite a devastating loss for them. And I did not see it being the 49ers that took him out.
Absolutely not. I don't think the majority of the nation thought that was going to be the
No.
case. Honestly, you figured this would be, Aaron Rodgers might be this last year in Green Bay. This is probably the time he ends the playoff demons that are the San Francisco 49ers. But there's a couple things. You mentioned the blocked punt. There was also the blocked field goal.
That's true. Yeah.
Mason Crosby. Then you also had the fact that Aaron Rodgers drove down the field the first drive to a touchdown, and then just nothing went on. The offense could not get anything going, and I get it. It's a weather game. Things are different, but you just don't see that out of Aaron Rodgers. He always seems to find a way. He finds a way. It seems like.
And he missed a wide open guy, so it was like fourth down, and it was either fourth or third down and long, and he airs it out to Adams when he had a wide open guy. I can't remember the receiver down below that would have picked up the first down and sent him still driving down. So I know it's a lot of mistakes that Aaron Rodgers normally doesn't make.
Exactly. It just wasn't the same Aaron Rodgers that we're just so used to seeing on that one too. But yeah, you had 2 games on Saturday that ended off in similar fashion, both with a walk-off field goal to win the game. Yep. So, but yeah, as you mentioned, hats off to the 49ers. They came in and fought for a game that they really probably shouldn't have won, but they did. They took down the Green Bay Packers. So that being said, both number one seeds gone in one fell swoop. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think anyone would have predicted that
No.
going into this weekend. So already you've got two games that have exceeded expectations on the twists and turns and funny moments that happened, and then you get to Sunday. You get to Sunday, you get to the early round game, and you've got the Rams at Tampa Bay against Tom Brady and the Buccaneers. And, you know, your story going into this, obviously, you know, Matt Stafford, he's in the divisional round for the first time in his career. He is taking on Tom Brady, and he's got a strong Rams defense behind him that is ready to feast on Tom Brady and his lack of weapons that he's got going for him.
Oh my goodness, it was insane. I couldn't believe it. I mean, Matt Stafford and their offense came out just humming. They get up ahead of time.
Mm-hmm.
Their defense is just smothering everything that Tampa Bay is doing. They can't get any traction. I thought this game was over. And then 49ers. The Rams just decide, hey, we're just going to give this game away here.
You know, you mentioned that you thought this game would over. I truly believe the game would have been over if Cam Akers did not fumble inside the 5-yard line right before halftime. Because you have that lead going into halftime. You know, now the Buccaneers have time to think about it, and you know, you've got Tom Brady, obviously, 28-3, all that stuff too. But you know, just the Rams, if they had that extra oomph, that extra bit of momentum going into halftime, you know, maybe things probably would have been different. Maybe it wouldn't have come as close as it did. And you know, the even funnier thing is all the mistakes the Rams made, their defense bailed them out time and time and time again.
Oh yeah.
You know, how many like 3 and outs and, you know, 4th down non-conversions did the Buccaneers have, even with the mistakes that the Rams made? And somehow Tampa Bay still tied it up through all that. I mean, there was so much that went on. I mean, you talk about Brady getting strip sacked, and then exactly one play later, the snap goes over Stafford's head, and they lose it back. It basically turned into a 30-yard gain for Tampa Bay. Mm-hmm. And they couldn't score on that. They didn't. No. You would think they'd score. They did not score on that volley. That's just crazy. You get a touchdown from Mike Evans beating Jalen Ramsey, just absolutely burning him. And then you get a 4th down conversion by Leonard Fournette that is the tying score. But just so many twists and turns in this game.
Yeah, no, it's amazing that their defense held strong on that, but I just couldn't believe my eyes. I'm like, what are they doing? This offense is literally trying to give the game away.
it was unfathomable. You were seeing a live reincarnation of 28-3, except it was at home in front of a Buccaneers faithful. No. But Cooper Kupp suddenly remembered that he's elite.
Oh my gosh.
And bails out the Rams. Matt Gay missing a field goal earlier in the game, but 2 straight completions from Matt Stafford to Cooper Kupp gets them in field goal range. And for the 3rd straight game, you got a walk-off field goal to end the game. And also the 3 for 3 as far as the road teams upsetting the favored home team.
Oh yeah, right now I'm smack talking you like, man, the road teams are looking really good right now.
Yeah, I was just about to bring that up, and I am. While you're saying that, I'm like, oh god, he's right. Oh god, this is not good. so it's like the Bills are gonna find a way. It's gonna be the first time.
Football gods will not be denied.
I can't remember if they said it when the last time it happened, but it said that it'd be the first time that all of the road teams took out the home teams for the first time since whatever year. And I was really afraid that was going to happen to us. I'm like, oh god, let's not follow the same route as the other teams. But no, nonetheless, that's what a week, you know, or what a weekend, you know.
Yeah.
4 games, 4 great games, 8 great teams, you know, 8 teams that proved that they belonged where they were.
Yeah.
You know, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. All 8 of these teams,
Mhm.
each had a reason to be there. Whether it was a strong offense or a great defense, or some star players that have carried the
Mhm.
load all through the season, each of these teams had a reason to be there, and
Yep.
it's just so crazy that a total combined 15 points, just 15
Yeah.
points. That's what separated all four
All
of
these
these
games.
games. Just
It's
and
insane.
it is insane. And
Yep.
I don't know how this championship weekend is going to top that. It
With the Bengals winning.
that's the
That's how it'll top.
in your opinion, that's what would top that, absolutely. So, but on that note, the games have been announced, the times, the places, everything. Starting with the early game, the Cincinnati Bengals are coming to Arrowhead, and the Kansas City Chiefs hosting their fourth straight AFC Championship game at Arrowhead Stadium. That game will be at 2 o'clock our time. And then at SoFi Stadium, this is funny. You got the NFC Championship game
Yep.
and the Super Bowl are going to take place at the exact same stadium. That is unbelievable.
Yep.
That's not even something that happened last year. I mean, everyone talks last year the first time a home team is hosting that, but the Buccaneers were on the road every single week.
Yep. Exactly.
Their first home game was the Super Bowl, but now you've got the Rams. The Rams are at home at SoFi Stadium, and if they win, if they beat the 49ers at 5 o'clock on Sunday, then they won't have to go very far. They'll be the home team at their home stadium.
They get to sleep in their own beds.
Against the winner of the Chiefs versus the Bengals. And, man, what a season it has been for Kansas City. I mean, going 3-4, everybody writing them off. It's like, man, they might not even make the playoffs. And showing the grit and determination. Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, Tyreek Hill, Coach Reed, everybody on that staff showing the perseverance to get back to the AFC Championship game. I could not be more proud of everything they've done this year, especially after last Sunday. What they accomplished to get back to this point. It's just unreal to me. So I am super looking forward to the AFC Championship game. Have not decided if I'm going to go or not, but whether I'm at Arrowhead Stadium or whether I'm right here watching the game at home, I'm going to be loud and proud representing my team, and I'm looking forward to getting back to the Super Bowl for the third straight year. And whether it's the LA Rams, high caliber matchup, Cooper Kupp versus Tyreek Hill, Patrick Mahomes versus Matt Stafford, that's a that's a hell of a matchup to look forward to. Or we could see a rematch of that right there. That right there. Super Bowl 54, Kansas City versus San Francisco. Patrick Mahomes versus Jimmy G, round 2. And however it falls, if the Chiefs can take down the Bengals, it doesn't matter who we take on in the NFC. I'm super proud of them for getting back to the Super Bowl. It's not easy going 3 times in a row. So
I'm just absolutely horrified. This is like my nightmare situation. Not only are the Bengals in the championship game, but the Kansas City Chiefs are back there. I have to see you smiling.
And if the Bengals win, the Bengals are going to a Super Bowl again. And they have a chance. They have a chance to get a championship now.
Yeah, they would be then the Cleveland Browns would be the only one in our division not to win a Super Bowl.
Not to win a Super Bowl, exactly.
So that's
and the Browns are still the only team in your division that hasn't even been to a Super Bowl.
Yeah, they haven't even been.
Haven't even been to a Super Bowl, but the Bengals have a chance to separate themselves from the from the Browns in having won a Super Bowl. And boy, I bet the happiest man in the world will be Boomer Esiason finally seeing his team hoist the Lombardi Trophy. But
and Chris Collinsworth.
And Chris Collinsworth too, exactly, man. And that's an NBC game too, so he could be making the call on that one. He could be making the call on that one. So you never know. A lot of interesting storylines coming into to Sunday, a championship Sunday rather, and we look forward to experiencing those games, and we look forward to talking about them next week. But we appreciate every single one of you that has joined us this week, and we look forward to catching up with you guys later next week. So hopefully a happy episode where the Chiefs go back to the Super Bowl, but yeah, there might be there's going to be tears next week. It'll either be from me or it'll be from Trajan. So we shall see how it goes. Trajan, any closing thoughts before we wrap this baby up?
Oh, as much crap as I give. I mean, props to your team there. They're dominant, and they definitely deserve to be there. But no, it's I just hope it's good games this next week here, good football, and yeah, ready for the Super Bowl.
Absolutely, we are nearly 3 weeks away from the Super Bowl now. So, and I'm counting down the minutes here. I probably shouldn't count too early, but when you're only one game away, it's that excited feeling. You're just one step away. So, but on that note, thank you everybody so much for watching. Click like if you liked the video. Click subscribe if you really enjoyed it. Tell all your friends. And we look forward to seeing you all for the conclusion of Championship Sunday. This is Temple and Trajan signing off.